Okay, so after you've bound your receiver to your remote, you're going to need to reassemble the vendetta. To do this, you're going to need to fold the receiver antennas back so they don't get stuck in all the air holes. They probably still will, but sometimes it might help if you have them curled back. Then you just slide the electronics tray into the vendetta, and then pull the receiver cables out with a pair of small long nose pliers. This can sometimes be a fiddle, sometimes it can be easy. You just have to wiggle it through. But sometimes it's just easier to pull it out and pull it when they're halfway through. Just pull it out and pull the cable out before it's all pushed all the way in. Before it's pushed all the way in. Okay, so after you've got the wires through, you can just push it all the way in. Should slide in easily enough. Then you want to put the face cover on. That's what I call it. It might not be the official name. And put the screws in and the plastic covers. You then screw them in. Don't fully tighten the other one. Don't fully tighten one until you put the other one in. And I always recommend having a handy egg cup or just bowl to put all your spare screws in. Now you can do this one up. And then never over tighten. So as soon as you get a bite, just twist 2 times. If you over tighten, you lose the thread and the drone. The screws will just start to wear off after a bit. Okay, I like to put the air rail in quite early in the procedure, just so you remember, because if you forget and you power the vendetta on, you can burn out your video receiver parts. Then bend it up just for the best signal. Okay, so now you need to put on your arms, your motor arms. The way you know if they're the right way or not, as you can see, these holes here, these two have a shorter distance in between than these two have longer. This is matched with the holes, and so these are smaller and these are longer. So that should fit in first time. And then you can just screw that in. I always say to screw in diagonally because it puts less stress on the arms as you're doing it. Always cross tighten them as well. It just makes it easier for the arm, puts less stress on it. Well, that's what I've been told anyway. So after you've got these in, tighten this one. And then cross tighten this one. Okay, then you have these plates. What I've always found is that you see there's a line on them. The line always points in the direction of that end of the vendetta. So the line's pointing to the back end. On this one, the line will point to the front end. So tighten this up. So then after you tighten this up, you need to move on to the other arm. So just tighten this, don't cross tighten this. I found this one on my other vendetta was the first hole to get over tightened and break basically. So now you can put your other arm in, remembering that one side is smaller than the other. Then you just need to screw this one up as well. The Vendetta is actually a very easy model to put together. You can learn to put it together very quickly. It's an easy model to learn. Then do diagonals. Always put the faceplate on first, because if you put the arms on before you put the faceplate on, this front arm gets in the way of the faceplate screws, so it's a lot of, well, not a lot, but it's just a bit awkward to do it up. Okay, tighten that. And then, as I said, the line faces the end of the drone, so this line will face the front of the drone. Okay, so after you put this faceplate, after you put the arms on, the faceplate and the aerial, most people would do their motor tests. I already know this Vendetta works. I've tried it out, I've flown it a few times. Just for the purpose of this video, I'm kind of taking it to parts and everything. So what I'm going to do is put the battery straps in. The battery straps always facing down, just slide through. So as you can see, that slides in, and then the hard parts hits the soft Velcro. So just always Velcro facing down, and I have the straps on the right, the buckle on the right. And then after you've done all your tests, you can start to put on the props. Okay, so in the process of editing this video, I realised that I had actually, in fact, put the props on the wrong way around. So I edited that part out, and now I'm going to do this part of the video again, but just at a different time. Okay, so as you can see, on the back left arm with the back left motor, the higher part of the prop is facing forwards. The lower part is facing backwards. As you can see, this is the higher part, this is the lower part. On this motor, higher part is facing forwards, lower part is facing backwards. After you've done that, you can just slide it on. Some of them need twisting. We just twist as you put it on. Then you put your washer on, and you lightly do up your nut just so it doesn't get lost. On this back right motor, you can see it's basically the same, apart from it's kind of curved in a different way. So you can see it's got front is the higher edge and back is the lower edge. So these ones will spin in this direction. Again, put the washer on and then lightly screw in the nut. I also realised it while I was going through the editing that I am sometimes breathing a bit heavily into the back of the mic. Sorry about that. I'll try to do that a bit less. It's just when I'm concentrating. Okay, so at the front, you can see it's the complete opposite. The higher edge is facing the back, and the lower edge is facing the forward. That's the higher edge, that's the lower edge. As at the back, it's just basically the same, but different curving a different way. So it's got the higher edge pointing the back, and the lower edge points towards the front. Okay, so after you've got them all on in that order, you should be able to see that these two, both going that way, have the same higher edge pointing forward and a lower edge at the bottom. And on the front, you should see that the higher edge is, if you spin it this way, the higher edge is coming towards you and the lower edge follows it. Okay, so after you're certain you've got those on properly, you can start to tighten it. At the start, you just need to get a light grip on the motor and just start to turn. And as soon as you feel it bite hard, grab onto the prop and the motor and just turn until it kind of, you just do turn until it gets hard and then go turn, turn. So kind of nipping it on. Again, do that one till it gets too hard, not too hard, but till you feel a subsequent amount of resistance, and then turn once, turn again, nip it twice. Again for the front, just turn, turn again, and nip, nip. Turn, 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 and then nip, nip. Sometimes it can be a bit sharp on the prop, so it can dig at your fingers, so be careful about that. Okay, so here is your ready to fly vendetta. As I said, I had to come back and do this video, so the straps aren't on here. This is actually a different vendetta. The one I was videoing at the start was my dad's. He's now taking it back to his house. And soon, once I've got mine to start working again, I will be doing videos because I've now got a GoPro. Thank you for watching.